The best combination of head of engineering and founder are often two people who can kind of give grace. And by that I mean, if you're a founder, inevitably you're probably like you're a leader. You want your way is the best way, and so quite often what you get is a non-technical founder, not letting the head of engineering do what the head of engineering is good at, and saying, well, I learned this, or I saw this on the news. And so from the non-technical founder perspective, you have to trust the head of engineering, that the head of engineering knows what he or she is talking about. Not to say that person won't make mistakes, but you also have to trust that those mistakes will be fixed by the person who made them. Exactly the same thing needs to happen in the other direction, because again, it's two sides to the same coin for the company.
Software is somewhat of an art and a science. Like, you don't know everything. You try to come up with milestones. You break things down into different phases so that you can assess risk early. And then you check in on those milestones and you hold people accountable to those milestones. Engineers and engineering leaders can get really focused on delivering on the commitment without stopping along the way to say, you know what, this actually really bit us here. It made us take longer. Let's look at the remaining work we have to do and adjust and talk about it now and say what are our options. So often those risks come up too late in the process to actually affect date, or you don't understand the scope of and the impact of the change. So I think that checking in with people along the way and having a really good understanding of where the risks are is really important.
The happy path of bringing on a head of engineering is having those early conversations where you're sharing information about your startup in hopes of finding this technical person that's just like, yes, I get it. I get it. And that's where that rapport comes in, where it's almost like you're just kind of piling on the conversation and it's just ping-ponging back and forth. As a founder, I think what you're ultimately trying to do in that conversation is you're trying to take this like idea baton of yours and pass it on to someone else so that they can take that baton from you and run with it, add their contributions, and ultimately you're working together to make this really big, great thing happen together. And I think that's really where that rapport comes into play.